Economists have analyzed the circumstances under which decentralized production and consumption decisions don't produce the best possible results. These circumstances are known as market failures. Let's look at 4 of them. The first is market power, which is when a few consumers or a few producers, even a single consumer or a single producer, can set the price in the market, creating, for instance, monopolies. The second market failure is called public goods. Certain goods or services need at least one of 2 main conditions that characterize public goods and make the performance of the markets where they are traded inefficient. These conditions are non-rivalry and non-exclusion. The best way to understand this idea of public goods is to look at the example that practically every text of public economics brings us, which is the case of security. Let's look at the following scenario. There is a neighborhood, a community, that has invested resources to create a security service, either private or in partnership with the local police. It has also invested in vehicles, cameras, and personnel to improve public safety. A new individual arrives in this neighborhood who is expected to pay a fee for the security service. Remember that we have said that the market is efficient if individuals are the ones who make the production and consumption decisions. Suppose we apply this rule to the example. In that case, the new neighbor should be allowed to decide whether or not he or she wants to purchase that security service. What is most likely to happen if new neighbors are free to decide? If they are rational, they will conclude that they will still enjoy the security whether they pay or not, since they can't be excluded from consuming it. Seeing that security can't be divided, something like stop giving them their share of security, because it's not divisible, and everyone who enjoys that security doesn't affect anyone's enjoyment. Therefore, the rational thing that many new neighbors would do, left free to decide, would be not to pay the fee. It would be optimal in their structure of costs and benefits. The third market failure is externalities, which occurs when a production process doesn't assume the entire costs of producing the good or service. The most interesting cases of this failure are environmental. And the fourth flaw is asymmetric information. For now, let's limit our explanation to an example from the Nobel Prize in Economics George Akerlof. It's the case of lemon cars, which is the nickname given to used cars in poor condition in the United States. His thesis is that there is inefficiency in markets where the information handled by buyers and sellers is different enough to affect the price of the good or even the transaction itself. This is very easy to see in this example of used cars. Since the seller of the car really knows all the ins and outs of his vehicle, he will retain all the information that doesn't suit him to get a good price.